Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Bernadette from Burn Stitches. Happy Tuesday everyone. I hope that you're all having a great start of the month and that I hope you're staying hydrated and keeping cool. It's definitely been getting really warm here in the Bay. I got a haircut because it's been really warm and I just can't stand having long hair and having to worry about how to style it because it gets so yucky in here. Probably not as bad as the rest of the country. California is pretty mild, but you know, it still gets hot. So it's been a few weeks. I think it's been about 2 weeks, so not that long. I have been doing really well in following my every 2-week videos, so I hope you're all enjoying that cadence. I have one finish to show you, a few whips, and of course some haul. So let's get to it. So I managed to finish one project. I am so excited to finish this. I didn't think I was going to finish it during this time, but I think after Thanksgiving Fairy, I just had this urge to work on something. And I ended up picking this project up and I couldn't put it down. So this is my latest finish. Isn't it glorious? This is Midnight Watch by Blackbird Designs. Oh, it is glorious. Okay, the colors look amazing. So I stitched this on 32 count linen from Nicholas Flamel. I purchased it off his Etsy, so I can link his shop down below. I don't know if he still has this, so this is part of that Harry Potter potions collection. But if you really want this, I'm sure you can message him and he can see if he can dye it for you. But yeah, so Midnight Watch by Blackbird Designs. This looks amazing. I'm honestly so obsessed. So look at the details. Look at that moon and the cat. So this is actually one of my very first primitive sampler projects. Sorry, I don't have an actual board, so I was using my cutting board for my fabrics to put this together. But so this is, like I said, this is one of those designs that I first started last year when I finally got into samplers and primitives, and I absolutely love it. So because this is one of my very first project, this is on 32 count and I did 2/2 flosses. I used fancy floss on this and oh my god, it took so much floss. I didn't want to restart it on a smaller count like a 36 or 40, which is now what I've been using for a lot of my projects. Just because this fabric is fantastic, I thought it would be nice to have a different color. So this is like green, kind of Halloween color. So I really thought it would be perfect. But yeah, I did have some regrets doing 2/2. A few things when I was stitching this. So the called for on the project is 30 count, and it was also stitched 2/2, 2/2. Which is what it states on the pattern. So I thought, okay, then I think 32 would be good because 32 is slightly smaller than a 30 count, because 30 2/2 is a 15 count and a 32 2/2 is 16. So I said, okay, I should be good with the flosses. So in this chart, it said that you only need one skein of Blackbird from Classic Colorworks, so on 2/2. I don't know why it says that because you definitely need at least two. So Blackbird would be this entire cat the darker colors of the alphabet and the entire border. There is no way that that is just one skein. I actually ended up doing 2 full skeins of Blackbird. I actually had to buy a third one because I had a little bit left, and I did 1x at a time. So when I was running really low on the second skein of Blackbird, I ended up just doing like straight across because the variegation was very small. So I didn't think it was really a big deal. Maybe you could get away with 1.5 skeins if you just do like, you know, I can't remember that method where you just like do one leg and then go back the other instead of 1x at a time. But you definitely need more than one. So just a warning for those stitching this 2/2 or want to stitch this 2/2, you're gonna need more than one skein of Blackbird. I changed the date here, the year. So this is 2024. The pattern does give you the option for the other years. It's just not as small as this one. So I think previously it said 2020 on the pattern, but obviously it's 2024, so I changed it, and I didn't know how to make it small like the 0, so I left it big. I think it still looks fine. And then I changed this. So I changed the color because I was scared I was gonna run out of another color. So I just used the gold leaf color. And then I also put a star. So I was going to put my entire initial, which is BAM. That's actually my initial, but because the 4 is quite big, I didn't have enough room for the M because, as you can see, it's quite big. So it didn't fit enough. So I just went ahead and copied the stars over here and left it in here. So that is my modification. Other than that, everything was stitched as called for. And oh, so one thing also on the pattern, one of the legs in here was missing like one of these like black legs on my chart. So I thought it looked weird if I followed it, so I just finished it as is. I don't know if some of you had that on your pattern. Maybe it's just the printing on mine. But yeah, I thought that was weird. I couldn't find any chart corrections online, so I just followed it. I also looked at a lot of the people who have stitched this, and they all look like just straight across. So I thought it was weird that it was missing. So maybe it's just my chart that had an error, but just an FYI for all of you to take a look. But yeah, I am so obsessed. This moon was huge. I stitched this, but it took me the entire day. It is gorgeous. It is ginger snap. So yeah, I am obsessed. As you can see, if you can tell for these letterings, there's 2 colors in here, not just one. So one is Blackbird and the other one is a grayish color. I just can't remember off the top of my head. It might be charcoal. Yeah, it's charcoal from Weeks Dye Works. That I also almost thought I was gonna run out, but thankfully I didn't. So lots of am I gonna have enough floss moments in my head, but I am so happy. It is gorgeous. I'm gonna need to find a frame for this. I definitely want to frame this. I was thinking of a black frame, just something simple, but we'll make this really pop. But I am so happy. Seriously, I'm obsessed. This is one of my like big finishes this year so far. So I'm so happy to get this out of the way. So hopefully I can find a frame by Halloween, because I definitely love to get this frame around that time period. So here it is one last time. Oh, gorgeous. Also, I really love the border. That one was really fun. Nothing feels more amazing when the borders connect. I was very careful counting, so happy. All right, so that is my finish. You know, I've been doing really well. I feel like almost every video I have a finished show, but I'm starting to run out of projects that I can finish really fast. So don't expect it in every video. I don't think you're gonna get a finish in the next video because I don't think I have enough, I don't think I have any project that is very close to being finished. So yeah, so happy. It's gonna be so hot today. It's 76 right now and it's supposed to get 85 here. It's pretty hot. Okay, so let's talk about the rest of the whips that I've worked on in the last few weeks. I worked a lot on Midnight Watch, so I don't actually have too many whips to show you because I really concentrated on Midnight Watch. So I also don't know if I already showed this the last time. So if I did, I'm sorry. I thought that I already showed this, but I worked on Birds of a Feather. Let me grab this. Let me grab my board. Hopefully this works because, yeah, I think it's good enough. Okay, so this is Birds of a Feather. Again, this is another Blackbird Designs. Birds of a Feather. I can't tell if I already showed this, but the last time I actually worked on the tops here. So this is, you guys make it so easy when you do these on like boards. It's quite hard. But yeah, I finally finished the border, so it's great. I can see how much extras I have. So now I can finally cut this. I am stitching this with Jordan, the tattooed stitcher. We started this spring of Stitch West, the one that just passed in April. So yeah, I'm hoping we can get this finished during the summertime. So we are trying to do our best to stitch this along. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. This is I want to say 36 count. This is 36 count Vanilla Latte by BeStitchMe Fabrics. And I am stitching this with the Vicky Clayton Silks conversion. So beautiful. And this is my Sweet Autumn Stitch flash drops that I purchased off Etsy. It's pretty. I thought that it worked really well with this project. This is also on a project bag that I purchased from Jordan. I thought it was perfect. And this is what that pattern looks like. So really pretty. I'm excited. Still have a long way to go, but I think it's doable. This stitches up very fast, so I don't think there's any issue with finishing it this summer. Yeah, apologies if I've already shown that. I just can't remember. Hopefully I didn't, so it's something new because I really don't have too many whips to show. The next one that I stitched on, so let me just check my notebook. Yeah, I didn't really stitch a lot. So I had a Zoom session with some of my favorite ladies. So I had a Zoom session with Jordan, Amy of X Stitching and Adventures, Rika from House of Stitch and Stash, and Rocio, Kokohama Stitchery. And when we did their Zoom session, we all worked on our Hawk Run Hollow. So this is what I ended up working on during that session. This is Village of Hawk Run Hollow. I am now working on the third block. So really pretty. I tried my best to just do a lot of fill-in because I get distracted when I do Zoom session because all I want to do is talk and not count. It was very hard to count during that session, but yeah, so what I ended up doing was like a prep was like I did the border so I know where to start, and then I did this banner. I think it's a banner, and then I started filling it in during our stitchy session. So yeah, it's great to catch up with them. I haven't obviously seen them since Stitch West, so looking forward to seeing them later this year. So that's Village. Someone mentioned they want to see what it looks like. So let me just pull it up. This bag that I have it on is busting because it has so many flosses. So this is Village of Hawkern Hollow, and this is the block that I'm currently working on. This is by Carriage House Samplings. It's quite big, so once I finish this third block, I would be 25% done with the project. So it is quite huge. I'm treating every single block as a finish, a mini finish, just because it's so huge. So yeah, I'm doing this using my conversion. So I am using a combination of all my flosses from Stash. So I'm using a combination of like my fancy flosses, a lot of Victoria Motto, and then for any that I couldn't convert, I stuck with the DMC. So I have like maybe 5 colors that I'm using the DMC conversion. So the Hawkern Hollows are usually stitched with NPIs. That's usually the floss that's used, but NPIs are quite expensive. I think they're about $5 per skein, and Village has a very long list. So I opted to do my own conversion for this one, and I'm really happy with the result. So yeah, we will do another stitchy session hopefully soon because I love to keep in touch with my friends. It's very nice to see them. Okay, and then finally, as you can see, I really didn't do any other stitching because Midnight Watch took forever. But the last one, this is actually a new start as well. I wanted to squeeze in one last spring project before I stop before I move on to summer. I'm not a seasonal stitcher per se. Like, I don't just stitch based on what the season is, but I'm a seasonal starter. So I like to start projects when it's in season, and then I can stitch them throughout the rest of the year. I just like starting them when that season is in. So I wanted to squeeze in one last one, and so my final spring project is Spring Fling by With Thy Needle and Thread from Brenda Gervais. It is so adorable. Look at that bunny. It's a big boy. So it's so cute. I decided to start this because why not? So this is my whip so far. I am stitching this on a this is actually on a 32 count. 32 count linen, again from Nicholas Flamel. I don't know what collection this is from, but I'm sure you can find a great pink project. I originally started this on a different fabric, 40 count, called Blush from Atomic Ranch, but Blush was a little too muted, like it's too pale. So when I did this, I couldn't see the white because it blended in with the fabric. So luckily I started with the bunny, and so I could see right away. I think I only got like 2 stitches in, and I was like, this isn't gonna work out. So I went ahead, found this fabric because I thought, hey, why not? I can do 32 and I can stitch it shepherd's bush style where it's 1/1, even though it's on 32, and I think it's going really well. So again, 32 count, similar to what I did for Midnight Watch, but this time I'm just doing 1/1, and I think the coverage is fantastic, and I'm really happy with how it's turning out. I don't know if I'm gonna work on this for a bit because it's getting hot. I want to do some summer stitching, but I'm excited to get to where I am. This is just 1 day stitching. It's stitched up so fast. I'm at least 10% there already. So yeah, really fast. I think I believe when I kitted this, I had a majority of the flosses already, so most of these are the called for. I did have I am missing some, so I'm gonna sub like the flowers for Farmhouse Rose from Victoria Motto, and the other pink I was also missing, so I'm gonna use this silk from BeStitchMe that I won from a giveaway a long time ago called Desert Rose. So I'm excited to get this finished by next spring. Should be beautiful. This is, I'm reusing my bunny project bags that I got from Sheba. So yeah, it is so cute. Really pretty. I wish I can remember what collection this is from. It is beautiful. On a 32 count, it's still a fat 8. So I cut my fat quarter in half, and this is the other half. So it's a great way to use up some fabrics. You can see this is my tub. That's my tub of fabrics. Those are just my 32 and my 28 count, and they're mostly colors, and I haven't really been into like Miras right now, or Fancy Ladies. Like, I don't have any desire to start any new ones, and I've acquired quite a collection, so it's good to be able to use some of those fabrics on other projects. So yeah, those are all my whips. That was fast. I am also probably going to focus a lot of whips in the second half of this year, just because I like having finishes. It's fun. So yeah, you're gonna see some old projects pop up again. That would be nice. I am planning on doing a mid-year whip parade, but probably towards the second half of this month when I figure out what else I'm gonna do. So without further ado, we can go right into haul. So haul. There were some really great Memorial Day sales that I took advantage of. And so let's see. First of all, Color and Cotton had a 20% off sale during Memorial Day. And so I went cuckoo bananas and got a bunch of flosses to add to my stash. I'm not gonna go through all of them because they're quite a lot, as you can see from the number of tags inside. But these colors are gorgeous. They're amazing, and it was such a good deal to get them for 20% off. They're just amazing. I'm obsessed with all of the colors. So it was very hard to figure out what colors to get. So most of the colors that I got are more on like the Prim's sampler colors, because those are the projects that I have been working on quite a lot more, that I want to kit up from stash with these colors. So that's what a majority of these colors are. I also don't have a lot of blue in my stash, so I went ahead and bought a bunch of those. So yeah, it's quite beautiful. I was trying to find the color that I am obsessed with, but because there's so much colors, I can't find it. But I was gonna say my favorite color out of everything in here was this color called Crumb Cake. I absolutely love it. It is glorious. I'm just trying to see if I can find it. But yeah, if you ever find yourself seeing a sale at Color and Cotton, I highly recommend it. Their flosses are amazing, so is their fabric. You can't go wrong. There's a reason why their floss clubs and their fabric clubs are out of stock all the time. It's because they are just glorious, and people don't want to leave those clubs just because they're so worth it. No, this is brass. I wish I can find that color for you, but it's amazing. But let me just show you how beautiful these colors are. Look at these. I'm so excited. Look how vibrant these colors are. Cider, frankincense, brass, and jingle bell. Look, glorious. All right, if I ever find that, I can show that one day. Oops, dropped a bunch. All right, so the other sale that I took advantage on for Memorial Day sale is Annabella's. So I purchased some things from Annabella's for, I think she had it for 20% off or 25%. I couldn't remember. It was a mix and match. So first of all, I got some trims for my pillows because they were on sale. So this is Vintage by Lady Creates, and this is American Seasons pillows. Pretty. Then I got some pans. This is a tart pan from Annabella's. I wanted to use this as a finishing for some pillows. I'm thinking of participating in some smalls exchange for Acorns and Stitch West. So I was thinking I can finish them in a tart. So we shall see. I've never participated in a smalls exchange, and I've never finished a tart, but I've seen some, especially Plum Street, and they look great. So I'm gonna give it a go. I got two because I don't know how I'm gonna do. There's that. And then I got some patterns because they were all on sale. So first of all, I picked up another one of these Wee Santas. This is from 2022. So pretty. So I have a bunch of 28 count neutrals from BeStitchMe, and I don't know what I was thinking buying it in 28 count, and I didn't know what to do with it. But I was thinking I would stitch these Wee Santas on that count because they're tiny. So on 28 count, they might be really good size pillows. So that's what my plans are for those 28 counts, so that I can actually use them. So yeah, Wee Santa 2022. I picked up the Robin Pickens Seasonal Courier. This is the one that I've been eyeing on so much. It is beautiful. I love these tulips. And Stitchy Sarah Reeds. did a great job finishing hers on that calendar thing. I love it. So I'm excited to stitch this someday. I also picked up the grapes from Vineyard Fair. I have the pumpkin, so I figured I'll also get the grape. What else? I definitely got, oh, here it is. I was like, I definitely got more patterns. I don't know where it went. I got Plum Streets. So this is This Joyous Season. Love the house. It's pretty. I'm gonna stitch this winter. Excited. I'm probably gonna stitch this instead of Winter Moon since I already started Spring Moon. So I'm gonna slide this in. Another start that I want to do this year, I'm super excited to finally have this in stash. This is Blackberry House. Oh, it's glorious. Okay, I'm gonna start this one too this year. I also picked up Cardinal Kin. This would be fun to stitch. This should not take me that long. And Autumn Cottage. Let's see, is that all? Okay, so that's what I picked up from Annabella's. And then I have some regular shopping that's outside of those Memorial Day sale. So before we get into that, let me show you a stitchy kindness that I received in the mail last week. Stitching Gem reached out to me and told me that she watched my videos and she has something for me that will help me with my pillows. And she was so sweet. She sent me some stitchy kindness. So thank you so much, Gem. But she sent me this pillow poker. I don't know what they're called. I'm gonna call this a pokey stick. But look at the one that she gave me. It's so cute. It's like a flamingo. I'm super excited. So I need to stitch more pillows so I can use this. Or some bags. Cute. And she was so sweet. She also sent me other things. So first of all, she was so sweet. She remembered that yellow is one of my favorite colors. So she sent me a cottage garden thread. Look at this. I've never had this floss, so I'm super excited to try this. And it's yellow, called Buttercup. And then she also sent me this beautiful needle threader. It's so pretty. I can't live without needle threaders, you guys. I can't. So I'm very happy to have this to add to my stash. Thank you so much, Jem. That was really sweet of you. Okay, so the rest of my other haul. So first of all, I was talking to Vera's Stitching Corners, and I noticed she actually had an Etsy site. So I wanted to try some of her flosses. So I picked up a bunch of flosses to try. Her shop is natural hand dyes. So it was very cool watching her stories on how she dyes her flosses. Like one of them, she was using onions, which was pretty cool. So yeah, I picked up, again, more on the neutral side. I did pick up these really pretty muted pinks. So for example, this is Rubia. They are beautiful. Silver Rhubarb. Green Pomegranate. Tan Rhubarb. Wine Rubia. Chocolate Acacia. Brown Rubia. I think a lot of these are like in families. So this is, I want to say this is Magenta Lace or Lac. That's the color. This beautiful Steel Shebula. I don't know how to pronounce that. Rogue Acacia. Oh, okay, I'm not gonna go through all of them because there are a lot. But here's the rest. They're beautiful. She also sent me one for free. It is called Twisted Weld, and again, it's yellow. So it's a beautiful one. I'm excited to try these flosses. I love trying out new flosses from different brands. They're just really fun. So thank you so much, Vera. You shipped my order really fast, and I got this really fast. This came from Canada. All right. What else? So I placed an order with Hollis Hands Creates because I saw that they restocked some of their fabrics. So first of all, this is not fabric, but I have been eyeing this pattern. This is called Forget Me Not Pin Keep by Scattered Seed Samplers. So I also want to start it this year. It's a beautiful bird. So pick this up, and I noticed that the threads are all DMC, so I can definitely start this since I have the entire collection. Beautiful. All right, so for the fabrics, I saw that they restocked some of the fox and rabbit, which is what I've been reading on. So I picked up an order of a fat quarter of hog bristle, 40 count. I picked up a 40 count Mayflower from Fox and Rabbit, because I've been seeing this fabric on some of my friends' projects and I love the color. And lastly, I bought this one, Tea Earl Grey from Lapin Loops. I love this color. Beautiful. So that is Hollis Hands Creates. Now this next haul, I forgot to show you on my previous video. I actually got this in March, or maybe beginning of April. No, I got this beginning of April, and I have been forgetting to include this in my haul video. But I actually placed an order with Evertotes, and I got these two patterns and the Roxy flosses. So these are Artsy Housewives charts. So first of all, I got coffee and eggs because everyone is stitching coffee and eggs and I feel a little bit of FOMO. So I went ahead and purchased the chart and the floss pack from Evertotes using the Roxy floss conversion. I'm excited. Then I also fell in love with this one called Lovely Dove. So I picked this up, and again, the Roxy floss conversion. And then I was going through my fabric stash and found the perfect fabric for it. So I included it in here so that I know I already have the fabric, but this is the fabric choice that I will be choosing. This is a fabric from XJU Designs. I cannot remember the name of this fabric, but it is glorious. This is, I want to say this is, I think this is 40. It's either 36 or 40. I want to say 40, but yeah, it is beautiful. This is the fabric that I will be stitching this on. So I am excited. Again, another floss that I've never tried before. So I'm excited to try that. All right. And then my final, no, actually I have two more, but let's do a little bit of story time. So I actually just got back from Vegas. I did like a very quick trip to Vegas to visit my husband's grandparents that he hasn't seen in a very long time. I've actually never met them. So we took a quick trip to Vegas. We left Thursday night and came back Saturday night. So just a quick trip. We did stay at the Strip. We stayed at Resorts World. at the Conrad. I will not recommend that hotel. That hotel was atrocious and the worst Conrad hotel I've ever stayed at. So definitely do not recommend. The only good thing about that hotel is that it was very close to Tacos El Gordo and a McDonald's, okay? That's really it. I did not like it. Their service was atrocious. Their room was also not the best. But anyway, so I was in Vegas. It was a very quick trip. So I told my husband, hey, I'm not gonna bring any stitching supplies. You're gonna have to entertain me. And so at first I think he thought I was joking. I don't think he took me seriously, but I really didn't bring anything. And then he asked me why didn't I bring any stitching supplies. So I jokingly said, well, if you don't want to entertain me, you can always take me to Stitcher's Paradise. And he agreed. That was so cool. So I ended up going to Stitcher's Paradise in Vegas. I've never visited before because the last time I was there last year, I just visited my LNS, so I didn't feel like I had a need to go. But yeah, I went to Stitcher's Paradise. That was pretty cool. Also, PSA, for those of you that live out in Vegas, they're actually having a 20% off sale right now until I think I remember it said the 8th, which I think is this Saturday. So if you're in Vegas, going to Vegas, make sure you stop by at Stitcher's Paradise because everything from what I remember is 20% off as long as they have it in stock. I also don't know if they can do the sale if you place an order over the phone, but just wanted to also let you know, when I was browsing through the store, I saw that they had a very good selection of Magnificas. So for those of you who have been needing Magnificas for your fancy ladies, you might want to give them a call and see if they have it in stock. So just a PSA for all of you. So I was very good when I went to Stitcher's Paradise. I only kitted up one thing. Honestly, that's all I needed. So yeah. So I ended up kitting up and picking up this pattern called Red Bird Sampler by Brenda Gervais. It is so pretty. Beautiful. Okay. I technically started this, but my start is so pathetic that I don't count this as a start. That's why it wasn't in the beginning of the video. Because this is all that I got because I didn't bring any stitching supplies, so I didn't bring any light, and the light in the hotel room was crappy. So this is all that I got before I called it quits. Also, it was so hot when I went there last week. It's actually even hotter this week, so I can't even. But when I was there, I basically got a heat headache from Thursday to Saturday because it was so hot. It was like 100 degrees at midnight, okay? 100 degrees. So yeah, my body couldn't take it. And so I got this far and then I dragged my husband to McDonald's so that we can get a McFlurry so that we can cool down. Anyway, because I didn't bring any stitching supplies, I bought everything, including needles and scissors and a Q-snap. I don't have this size, so I ended up picking up an 8x8 because I figured that's very travel friendly. I actually don't have an 8x8 Q-snap, so yeah, ended up picking up the Q-snap. And my fabric choice is a 40 count desert taipon from Fox and Rabbit. And on a 40 count, this fits in a fat 8. So I am only stitching the first half and I'm gonna save the second half for another one. So yeah, it's a beautiful fabric though. And they cut it for me. They have a very good selection of fabrics. I picked up a scissor. This is Premax, the very tiny red. So I already have a pair. I don't know where it went. So I just went ahead and picked up another one. I'm hoping I can find it. I picked up a threader because I can't live without it. This one sucks though. I don't like it. I think this is really more for like regular needles, like that goes like for your, like a different needle. I don't like it. This tore my flosses, so that's a dud, but it's okay. I think I got it for $1. And then yeah, the rest are flosses. So let me just quickly show you how beautiful these flosses are. Yeah, I got it fully kitted up. But yeah, these are some of the glorious colors from that project. Look at that. Yeah, I know this is DMC, but glorious. Gorgeous. Ta-da. Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, like I said, I didn't bring anything. I still had to also buy my needles, which is bohin, 28 count. So yeah, that is my haul from Stitcher's Paradise. Okay, my last bit of haul, and I might do a separate video on this depending if there's any interest, but I replaced my Lowry. Goodbye wobbly Lowry. Goodbye getting motion sickness on my couch. I found the perfect stand for me. This is my new stand. This is the Needleworks System 4 lap stand. I picked this up at Hobby House Needleworks, and it is so cool. So I bought this from Hobby House. This is the regular clamp frame, and this is the base stand. So when you purchase these, you basically, it's very similar to a Lowry where you choose your parts depending on what frames you use. So you basically buy the base stand and then you buy the clamp that you need. So I actually purchased 2 clamps. So I purchased the frame clamp, which this has been perfect for my Nerge hoops. It fit all the hoops that I've had, from the very smallest one that I have all the way to the number 4, which is the biggest one. So this fits perfectly. You can also angle this so it can go all the way back, all the way to the front. And then in addition, you can also maneuver this to go up or down. So you can get it pretty close to your face. So yeah, this is the frame clamp. And then, oops, I also purchased the Q-snap clamp. Ooh. So this is the Q-snap clamp that it comes with. And I have also used this, and this is also amazing. So it goes really wide. So this can handle the 11 by 17 Q-snaps. I'm sure it can also handle the 17 by 17, but I've never used a frame that large. But definitely an 11 by 11 works. I mean, a 17 wide will work. So it can also go really small. So it can hold your 11 by 11s. But yeah, it is great. This does get finicky putting on. So for this one, I would put this on first at a table and then bring it over to the couch or wherever you sit, like on a recliner or something. So I can do a separate video on that if you are interested. But yeah, I have been using this for the last 2 weeks and I've never looked back. I dismantled my Lowry and I stopped getting my motion sickness headache. It's been great. I can also get my projects really close to my face, and it's actually a really good size when I sit on the couch. So yeah, let me know if you're interested in that video and I can make a Flosstube extras. Okay, so lastly, before I go, I wanted to talk a little bit about some plans. So a few plans. I'm gonna be, again, like I said, I want to pick up some of my old whips. So let's see. This isn't a really old, I mean, it kind of is. I started this last year, but I think my Fancy Lady, I'm going to try to finish, not finish, but I'm gonna pull up my mermaid. Look how glorious that tail is. I'm gonna pull my mermaid and work on it. This is, gosh, the pattern from Mirabilia. And my fabric is Mermaid Mules by Fiberlicious. So I'm being ironic. So I have a DMC master set, and I have been dreading working on some of my projects that use the DMC master set because it's quite bulky. My Winterberry case is quite bulky, and I don't really want to have more bulk in the living room. So last night I decided to put these in floss drops so that I am more inclined to stitch on it. And when I pull these, the colors are so glorious that it's kind of giving me the energy to work on it. So just giving you a preview of the colors for these. They're gorgeous. I need to put these in a binder ring, but yeah, look at those colors. Look at that. Like, come on. So this is definitely like a summer project that I will be working on. So you should be able to see more progress on my mermaid in the next month. So that's exciting. And then I also kitted up some things. I don't know if I'm gonna get through all of these, at least this year, but definitely probably next year. So first of all, I forgot that I have this project bag. It's very 4th of July, so most likely probably not till July, but I wanted to show you anyway. This is from So Much to Love, and I just need to pick the fabric, but I picked up Home Sweet Home by With Thy Needle and Thread when I was at Shepherd's Bush in April, and I am doing the conversion, the Shepherd's Bush conversion. And so these are all the flosses, and I just need to pick the fabric. So I'm excited to start this summer. I've never stitched a patriotic chart, so that's going to be my first one. Then I wanted to use up the project bag that I made last time. And so I was thinking, because I just finished Midnight Watch, it would be nice to stitch another Blackbird project. So this is what I'm thinking. It's small, so it's not like this should take me a long time, but this is Basket of Cherries from Blackbird Designs. And I found this remaining bit of fabric. I don't know what fabric this is, but this is the fabric that I used for Yuletide, not Yuletide Welcome, My Heart's Welcome. I can't remember the name of it, but I found the remaining Fat 8 on it, and I basically have all the colors from my stash. I am probably going to convert some of the ones that I'm missing, but yeah, for the most part, I have all of the colors, so I can start this right away. Another project I was thinking of potentially starting before I got distracted, I have this in my owl bag that I got from Joyful Stitching, but I was also thinking that I can go ahead and start this Le Poulette pin keep that Amy got me for my birthday. I also have all of the colors. I found all of the colors in my stash, so I thought that would be fun to start. And I found the perfect fabric for it. This one, I'm thinking I will use this color called Shrekie's Tan 40 count from Needle Bling. What else? Oh, and then I've had this project kitted up, so I'm thinking I might start this for Rika's birthday. But this is Plum Street Sampler, Live on a Little. It's gorgeous. It's a little bit different from the other houses that I've done, and I love the water and the whales, so I might start this soon too. And lastly, I'm kind of thinking about joining the Strawberry Moon Sal by Marjorie Stitches. Is that her Flosstube Marjorie made? Sorry, it's by Marjorie. But I have this pattern from Annie B's called Gathering Strawberries, and I really want to stitch it, and there's a hashtag going on, so I figured why not join in on the fun. So I might stitch this. It calls for some Weeks Dye Works and Classic Color Works along with some DMC, but I recognize a lot of the names on the fancy flosses, so I think I have it. And then I think the rest I can just use like colors from stash, so definitely doable. So I might start this soon. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the next 2 weeks will look like when I am back. So I hope that you enjoyed that video, and thank you all so much for watching. Oh, thank you all so much for those that have been shouting me out in the last few months. I am so sorry. I am terrible. I just want you all to know I do watch the videos. I just never really comment because I typically watch in my living room in my TV, and you can't really leave comments when you watch it on TV. But know that I watch all the videos. Special shout out to the Floss Bossing Cousins. They are hilarious. And I love that they said that I haul like they do. So I'm excited to see their videos. Their last video was really funny. They were like in a blackout, and I've never seen such dedication of Flosstubers just sitting in the dark showing their stuff. So that was hilarious. Go check out Floss Bossing Cousin. Go check out Stitching Gem as well, who gave me the my stitchy kindness. So yeah, are there any new Flosstubers? I recently watched Beck Stitches Everything. That was really fun, so go check out her video as well. I can't remember anybody else off the top of my head, but I will let you know if there's anyone else to watch. There's honestly so many Flosstubers that you will not be bored. It's amazing how big this community has gotten. So really, really excited to continue seeing more people join in and be able to watch what they're working on. So anyway, I hope y'all have a great day. It is that time again where I have a meeting and they're looking for me. So hope you all have a great rest of your week. Stay hydrated. Have a great summer break for those of you that are out of school, or if your kids are out of school. Yeah, hope you all have a great day. Thanks.